You know, we're all writing a book. What's your book look like? What does your fucking book look like? Like your life is a book. You got a bunch of chapters in your book, but when they close that book, how good was the book?
Your story may not have such a happy beginning, but that doesn't make you who you are. It is the rest of your story.
Don't fucking die like this, bro. Don't die like this. So people wonder where this shit comes from me. It comes from such deep thought of trying to see what this is all about. What is this life all about? What am I all about? Why am I here?
Losers see thunderstorms, winners see rainbows. Losers see icy streets, winners put on their ice skates. Losers take chances, winners make choices.
I need to make this work. I'm going to make this work. And I don't know what's going to happen after, but I know it will be amazing. And throughout this time, a lot of shit will happen. You will fail countless times. You will drive yourself crazy, but you will always get yourself back together and make sure that you are completely aligned with your goals.
Yo, we all are great. We all should think that we're great. There's no reason for you to not think that you're great. If you don't think you're great, ask yourself why. Why don't you think the highest of yourself? When you do, people have no choice but to follow suit. You got no choice but to follow suit.
Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart.
But I will tell you this, Joe. You will never in life meet a hater doing better than you.
That's a fact.
Ever.
The most important thing is that you are always taking action in the present, because that is the only thing that you can control. If you went through some shit in the past, well, it is in the past. If you're worried about the future, well, the future isn't real unless you work towards it absolutely every single day. And the only thing that you can control is the present. So you have to do everything every day to prove to yourself that you are capable.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
Stay focused on what really matters. There will be times when your resolve to serve humanity will be tested. Be prepared. People will try to convince you that you should keep your empathy out of your career. Don't accept this false premise.
Sun don't stop for nobody, man. Sun don't fucking stop. Sun gonna be up in the morning regardless. That sun is gonna be up in the morning regardless of how I fucking feel and how depressed I am. The sun is gonna fucking shine in the morning, and at nighttime the moon gonna be there, and you gonna look up, these days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up and you done wasted a year doing what?
I am not currently necessarily proud of who I am, but I am proud of the man that I am becoming. If half of who I identify as is the man that I'm becoming, then I'm probably more proud of myself than most people walking the street.
What if all of us took that attitude after we face a rejection and a no, or we have a meeting and no one shows up, or somebody say, you can count on me, and they don't come through? What if we have that kind of attitude? The car's repossessed. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day, and say to yourself, it's not over until I win.
See, procrastination is caused by the fear of success. You know if you did it, you'd win, and you'd be better. So I didn't do it so I could be my comfortable self. And it worked out right. I painted the fence and walked the dog. Next thing I knew, the opportunity passed. It felt so good just to be me again.
Your competition is you first. It doesn't matter what anybody else think. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. What matters is what you're doing first, because before you can go out there and compete, you have to compete with yourself, because yourself will stop you from doing what? Being successful.
When you take that road and you just don't want to just fit in, it's a lonely road. It's a lonely road, and you get a lot of haters, man. And like I tell people all the time, man, if I could walk on water, motherfuckers would say it's because I couldn't swim. I'll tell you that right the fuck now.
And most people know what to do. They just don't possess the ability, the skill set to follow through, especially when they don't feel like doing it. And when you don't feel like doing it is the most important part, because that's where everybody else quits, kicks it down the road, stalls out. And that's your place where when you execute, you're gaining ground on everybody else.
I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition, and the next audition, and the next audition. I prayed. I prayed, and I prayed. But I continued to fail, and fail, and fail. But it didn't matter, because you know what? There's an old saying, you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're gonna get a haircut. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break.
The key is you got to stop wishing and you got to decide. So the difference is wishing is I wish I was a founder, I wish I started something, I wish I was self-employed. Decision is I am as founder, I am going to be self-employed, and do an action. Do something right now. If you're watching this, get off Instagram, get off YouTube, and go do something that is going to change your life.
I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. And that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle.
Nothing's ever going to be given to you. Everything's going to be earned. If you don't go out there and put in the work, you don't go out and put in the effort, one, you're not going to get the results. But two, more importantly, you don't deserve it. You didn't earn it. And so that defined my upbringing, that defined my career.
I remember I was playing a game with my 9-year-old son, John Leslie, and I beat him 10 straight games in a game called Connect 4. And finally, I said, John Leslie, I'm bored. I don't want to play you anymore. And I got up. I said, I'm ready to go to sleep now. John Leslie said, no, you can't go now, Dad. I said, why? He said, it's not over until I win. That was his attitude. We sat down and we played several other games. And finally, after the 11th game, John Leslie won, and he got up and he yawned. And he said, I'm ready to go to sleep now.
We have the same tools to do that with our own personal lives. But what happens is the quitting mind comes in. We have to find our new norm. A new norm is something like this. When I was going through SEAL training, it's only supposed to be 6 months. I was there for 18 fucking months. Kept on getting set back and set back and set back. You gotta change your mindset to know my whole job now is at 4 o'clock in the morning. I get the shit kicked out of me for 18 months. You gotta create that new norm. That has to be your lifestyle. You are the master of your own mind. Create that masterpiece. Be proud of yourself at the very end of it all.
You should not have guilt because you made a decision and somebody else did not. You truly have the right to go after your moonshot in 2026, and there has never been a greater opportunity in the history of mankind. Let's fucking crush it this year, guys.
When I was 17, I read a quote that went something like, if you live each day as if it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right. It made an impression on me. And since then, for the past 33 years, I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something.
Use your minds and hands and your hearts to build something bigger than yourselves. Always remember, there is no idea bigger than this.
All of that dark energy that you have in the beginning is super valuable, and it will get you to a certain point. Like if you can learn to take everything that everyone ever fucking said to you about why you're not going to be who it is that you want to be, and you can remember those things and you can draw upon those things at the very moment when you feel like quitting or the very moment when you don't feel like what needs to be done, you have a fucking superpower. Okay?
I don't care how much positive attitude you're going to have, you're going to feel cold. So it's all about your environment. Just look at Lewis Hamilton, the F1 driver, 7-time world champion, one of the greatest ever, one of my favorite drivers, and he drove for Mercedes. 2025, he switches to Ferrari, and suddenly he can't even win. He can't get a single podium. He called it his nightmare. Same driver, same talent, different environment. Now, he's turned it around since, but that's how much your environment matters. It can make an amazing talent great, or it can hold them back. And your space, your environment shapes you way more than you think.
I really want you to think every time that you're doing something, every day that you are working towards your goals, and you're questioning, am I doing the right thing right now? Should I be doing this, or should I be going out with my friends, or should I be doing whatever? If you want to hold yourself accountable and make the correct decision every single time, refer to the future version of yourself. Because there will be one point in your life, like I said, where you will come across that person, that version of yourself that has all these amazing things. And that person will tell you, congratulations, you did it.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small.
You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference.
It's very important as you hold on to that dream. There are moments when you're going to doubt yourself. There are rough times are going to come, but they have not come to stay. They have come to pass. It's very important for you to know that. Don't say I'm having a bad day. Say I'm having a character building day.
You control the clock, how you use it, how you choose to spend your thoughts. You control your contacts, who you run with, who you model yourself after. You control that. You control your concepts, what you think about. You control your causes, what you've repeated over and over again to make your purpose. You control your communications, how you talk and what you say. You control your commitments, how much time you give to any one thing. You control your concerns, how you respond.
We have to make it hard to do the wrong things. It is easier to avoid the dragon than to slay it. So here's how you can do it for yourself. The first thing, we have to log your time for the week. See, most people don't know where their time goes. So what I like to do is be very precise and log every 15 minutes, have a timer that goes off and write down, what did you do? What did you work on? And we got to audit our time. And we got to do that for a week. Now we have a log of everything we did.
I'm not telling you to set goals to go make the 100 million business tomorrow. I'm telling you to make the $1 million business. Then I'm telling you to make the $1.2 million business. Then I'm telling you to make the $1.4 million business. Your small goals, small good goals that you continue to give up to go after greater goals.
He says, imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes?
Don't ever give up. Everybody can succeed in this country.
Do you people that doubted you at all?
Everybody does. Everybody thinks that you were given stuff in your life. Nobody understands the hard work that went into doing that. You know, nobody knows the hours, the years that you put into it, and then all of a sudden they go, oh, they inherited it, which is not true.
You weren't given anything.
Nothing. We put my mother's house up as collateral for a loan in 1979. Are
you serious?
Yeah, we couldn't fail. My mother would be out of her house.
So it has to work, or it has to work.
You had no choice.
Every fucking day I wake up and I don't want to do some fucking shit. I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to feel like a little bitch? Do you want to walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't? So it's perform without purpose. You have to learn how to get up and do shit when you ain't got no fucking 5K, no 10K, nothing. Nothing exists. Your life fucking sucks. You're in the fucking dungeon. But guess what, motherfucker? I'm still going to get it.
Most people do know what to do, and there's no excuse nowadays with the amount of information available to not really know what to do. You just have to look, right? Yes, every level of business is going to require an evolved version of you. You are going to have to learn new skills. Every level up exposes a weakness in yourself that you then have to learn that skill. And this is why people who have been doing things for 10, 20, 30 years are really fucking well-rounded, great people at what they do, because they have gone through that process.